Hello guys, and welcome to Daily Market Movements. Welcome to another episode of Stock Watch. In today's episode, we are going to be looking at briefly at one of my favorite stocks at this moment in time, and that is PayPal. Now, I posted a video last week explaining that I was wanting to buy PayPal shares at the open, and I'm happy to announce that I did. I'm very bullish on PayPal, and I bought at the open today when they were trading at $210 a share, and currently we're trading up at $212. So I'm in a small bit of profit, but obviously this has still got a long way to go. I did post a video over on my streaming service explaining my strategy with regards to this trade. I explained where I want to enter this market, where I'm putting my stop loss, and where I'm putting my take profit. You can find that video over on my streaming service under Stock Watch. If you would like to join me on this trade and join our Telegram chat, then I would definitely go and subscribe to this streaming service and go and check that video out. It will make you lots of money. PayPal, I really do anticipate a big move towards the upside here. Really happy to see a lot of my current streaming service clients already getting involved in the PayPal position. Now, PayPal, there are many factors that could affect PayPal in the upcoming months. Now, as I mentioned in the previous video that I posted on here, we've just seen a 35% decline in the stock, which is fantastic news because it now means that we are 50% off the previous all-time high, and that's somewhere where we were only trading 4 weeks ago. 50%. That is outrageous gains from where we were trading last week, down at $202. It's 54%, in fact. So there's plenty of upside potential in this stock. I also mentioned that we were considered to be oversold and that we were likely to get a bounce, and that's exactly what has occurred during today's trading session. We've now bounced from 22 all the way up to 32, but do not worry if you still haven't got into this trade. There is plenty of time. But as I just mentioned, go into this trade with a strategy, and that's why I can't stress enough how important it is to go and watch my video here where I do explain how I am entering and where I'm looking to take profits on this trade. One thing that I did also highlight during the last video is that the last time that we were as low on the RSI as we were this morning was all the way back in October 2018, and when we bounced back from that dip, we saw a huge 17% gain. Now, I'm not saying that we're going to gain 17% this time round, but I do anticipate a bounce in the RSI, and we're already starting to see signs of that, which is fantastic. Although from a technical perspective, PayPal looks like a fantastic buy at this moment in time, there are also a few factors that are slightly worrying. For example, from a technical perspective, we have just had a 50 and the 50-day crossover, the 200-day EMA, which has now formed a bearish crossover. This means medium to longer term. It could mean that we are trading in a downtrend, but we might just see a quick turnaround where we see the 50-day EMA rise back above the 200-day EMA if we did see a bounce in the stock, and then that would of course cause a more bullish trend as we move forward. And also, guys, I want to make it very, very clear that we are entering a very tricky time of the year. Seasonality wise, stocks do fantastic all the way through to January, but this time around it's slightly different, and that's because we have the Fed who've come out this month and announced a tapering process which will commence next month. At this moment in time, there is $120 billion worth of financial assets being pumped into the financial markets by the Fed. And as of next month, that is slowly going to start to be tapered. And I think that the Fed will reduce that amount by $15 billion to start off with. But in the textbook, typically speaking, after the tapering process, that's when the Fed will come out and start to hike interest rates. And a company like PayPal, which is a growth stock, the market cap, it's not cheap. Even with this 35% pullback, the PayPal shares are still trading, rather expensive. I still do believe that they offer fantastic value because I like the future plan of PayPal. It's a company with a plan moving forward, but still, from a valuation perspective, it is an expensive company. And once those interest rates start to get hiked, and once we see the dot chart going into next year, and several Fed members move their dots slightly closer, and that's something I am anticipating. I'm anticipating interest rates to commence, starting to get hiked going into Q3 and Q4 next year. That will damage, PayPal's future, and we could see a short-term pullback here. And also there is something else that could potentially negatively affect the PayPal stock, and that is we are coming to the end of the tax year, and with this 35% decline in the stock price, we may see investors close out some positions and register it as capital loss, I should say, and claim it against their taxes. And then of course, once the new tax year begins, they can just simply reopen those positions. So there are many factors that are positive for PayPal, but there's also factors out there that could potentially be negative. But at this moment in time, I favor the upside. I think the positives outweigh the negatives, and I really do like this stock. Once again, I would definitely recommend going over to my streaming service at dailymarketmovements.com. The website link is below this video in the description to go and check out my trading strategy here as I've entered PayPal. Also, that gives you access to our Telegram chat where I'm giving you live daily updates with regards to that trading signal. But that's all I wanted to do today. Just quickly come onto YouTube and touch bases with you with regards to my position here. It's my only stock position that I hold at this moment in time, and of course, if anything changes, if I close it out in profit, I will come on here and let you know. So thank you very much for watching today's video, and please give this video a thumbs up and subscribe.